Hi, welcome back to the channel. If you're new around here, my name's Matt. I'm a landscape photographer based here in South Wales. I have to excuse the darkness at the moment. I'm sheltered under a tree waiting for a, well, I'm going to assume it was a short, sharp shower to pass by. It wasn't forecast. So just waiting for this to pass and I'll head out to take some photos. Now, I've come down to a little canal side location not far from where I live. Brought the Hasselblad with me as well. Got some Kodak Ektar 100. I've also got some Ilford Pan F Plus 50 ISO film as well. So I've got a polarizer on the front at the moment and an ND. I use Format High-Tech filters. A fire crest holder. It's great, they're a local company here in Wales, based not too far from me. And they've got fantastic customer services as well. So a little plug for the guys there. So I've got the polarizer on, and I need to take into account that takes a little bit of light away from the lens as well, and I need to adjust my exposure time accordingly. Now I've metered for the scene, and there's about a 4-stop difference between the foreground and the sky. So I've got a 4-stop Firecrest ND, graduated ND filter on the front here as well. So taking it all into account, at f11 it's giving me a 30th of a second exposure time, so I just need to dial that on to the front of the camera, recheck my focus, and the good thing I'm shooting Portrait 400, so I'm not shooting Portrait 400, I'm shooting Ektar 100 even, and the good thing with that is it's got such a dynamic range, it's not going to struggle with the sky and the foreground. So I think I hear a cyclist coming over my shoulder, so let's get this picture done before they come over. So I've been wondering which direction to take this channel recently. Obviously landscape photography is my thing, but I've recently got back into film cameras and I'm enjoying shooting more and more film. So is it a case of, do I go all technical with my digital landscapes? I'll just go back to basics and just take photos and put them up for you to view and enjoy. And it all stems from a conversation I was having with a friend recently. And they were saying, you know, they didn't understand what I meant by all the technical jargon, and that I should do a dumbed down version, an idiot's guide, so to speak. And like I said, that got me thinking, do I really need to go and follow what everyone else is doing with their channels, saying f11, 1 2/50th of a second, yada yada yada? Or do I just take photos and share them with you and bring you along for the journey? Let me know what you think. I'll show you now one of the downsides of shooting with a Hasselblad, and especially with the scene I've got in front of me. So the camera's set up on my tripod, but I've had to use my taller tripod just to lift the camera up a little bit. So I've got a couple of things in the foreground which I don't really want in the shot. So by raising the camera up, I pop open the viewfinder, or 5'8" of me, I can't see what I've done, even getting up on tippy toes. It is difficult to see my composition. I can just about do it. Now I do have a prism viewfinder for this camera, but didn't bring it with me today, as is the way. But the settings should be the same as what they were on my 80mm just now, which give me an EV value of 14, so I have to set the camera to 14. I mentioned just now, do I go into technical detail or just take the pictures? And here I am going into technical detail. So ignore what I said about the exposure values and whatnot, that's for another time. All I know is I've set my focus to infinity, and let's take the picture. Lovely. So this picture in front of me, got a lock gate off in the distance, a couple of moorhen in the algae, and we've got these reeds in the front. I've got the reeds in focus at the moment with the background out of focus. So I'm going to try two shots. I'm going to try focusing on the lock gates, and I'm going to try focusing on the reeds. So let's do the reeds first. But if I took the dark side out, I always forget to take that out. There's the image done focusing on the reeds. And now for the image focusing on the lock gates. Let me know which one you prefer. So for this image I've taken a bit of a lower approach. I've got a little sluice gate key, I think that's what they're called, just in front of me. That's framed up by the lock, and then we're looking through to the other lock gate off in the distance. So playing a little bit with depth of field on this one. So focused on the sluice gate. There we go, image taken. So there we go, it's a roll of Ektar 100 shot on the Hasselblad. So I'm going to go home, I'm going to develop these images now, and if they come out I'm going to post it up. If not, it's just going to be a video of me rambling away with no images. But if you made it this far, thanks for sticking along with me. I appreciate if you could support and click down below to subscribe and like this video as well. Share it as well if you want to. Share it with friends, share it with anyone who might be interested, photography or who lives in this area might be interested in seeing it. But for now, I'll leave you be, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.